Hello and welcome to the next tutorial in our series where you create and set up your own SmartiePal assistant. In the previous tutorial, you learned how to create operators and integrate them with your assistants through the Integration tab in the Operator console. Today, we are diving deeper into Human Support Mode settings, where you will configure when your assistant switches between AI and human responses, customize messages for different scenarios, and set up email communication. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to schedule automated transitions between AI and human mode, configure user-facing messages, and enable email functionality for your operators. Let's get started by navigating to the Human Mode tab within your assistant settings. The first feature you will see is the scheduler. This powerful tool determines when your assistant operates in AI mode and when it switches to human mode, allowing you to automate the transition based on your team's availability. Setting up the scheduler is incredibly intuitive. You simply have a conversation with the scheduler assistant. In the chat window, you can explain your preferences in natural language. For example, you might say, "I want AI mode active from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays," or "switch to human mode every day at 6 p.m. The scheduler assistant will interpret your instructions and convert them into a schedule. You will see the currently applied settings displayed above the chat window in a technical format. But don't worry, you don't need to understand that notation. The scheduler handles all the complexity for you. Now, let's move to the behavior settings sections, right below the scheduler. This is where you customize what users see when they interact with your assistant in human mode. There are two key messages you can configure. First, the human mode greeting. This is the initial message displayed when a user starts conversation while your assistant is in human mode. You might write something like, "SmartiePal took a break. You are chatting with our support team." A team member will respond shortly. Second, the offline message settings. This message appears when the chat window is in human mode, but no operators are currently online. The default message might be, "Sorry, none of our operators are online. We will answer you as soon as we can." There's also one important feature to note here. If the chat window is in human mode, but no operators are available, the system can automatically switch back to AI mode. This ensures users always receive some form of response, even when your human team isn't available. You can enable or disable this behavior based on your preferences. Let's see how these settings work in practice. We'll switch over to the settings section where our assistant is running. Notice below the assistant's title, you can see a status indicator. Right now it shows offline because we are in human mode, but no operators are currently available. This gives users immediate indication of whether a human team member is ready to respond. Now let's try asking the assistant a question. As you can see, the response we receive is the offline message we configured earlier. This ensures users always know what to expect and when they can anticipate response from your team. While we are discussing human mode settings, it's worth mentioning that you have a complete control over how AI and human support interact. If you prefer to have operators handle all conversations without any AI assistance, you can configure your assistant to operate exclusively in human mode. This gives you the flexibility to use SmartiePal as a pure operator console if that suits your needs better. Finally, let's explore the Email Settings tab. You may remember from our previous tutorial that operators can send responses via email when users provide their email address during a conversation. For this feature to work, you need to configure your email connections here. The Email Settings section is divided into two parts: SMTP protocol for sending emails and IMAP for receiving them. For SMTP, you'll enter your outgoing mail server details, the host address, port number, username, and password. You'll also configure security settings like SSL and TLS and specify the from email address that will appear on outgoing messages. There is also an option for automatic email address sending with AI response, which can streamline your workflow. For receiving emails, we still have to configure the IMAP protocol. You'll again provide your incoming mail server information, including host, board, username, password, and the folder to monitor, typically in box. Similar security settings apply here as well. Once you've entered all the details, you can use the Test Connection button to verify everything is configured correctly. If the test succeeds, simply save your settings, and your operators will be able to send emails directly through the SmartiePal platform. To summarize what we've covered today, the scheduler lets you automate when your assistant uses AI versus human mode through a simple conversational interface. Behavior settings allow you to customize greeting and offline messages that users see in human mode, with clear status indications showing your operator's availability. And the email settings enable full email communication functionality by configuring your SMTP and IMAP servers. Together, these features give you complete control over how and when your assistant combines AI automation with human expertise, ensuring your users always receive the appropriate level of support. In the next tutorial, we'll explore topic settings and scripts, the powerful features that let you guide your assistant's responses and create specialized behaviors for different conversation scenarios. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.